here we are, once again, with the Marvel vs. DC death battle. Honestly, among all the battles they've had of a Marvel character versus a DC character, how many times has a Marvel character actually won? Like, I can remember, like, very few, I think. Like, the original, like, Spider-Man vs. Batman, Spider-Gwen versus Batgirl. Those are the ones I would come off the top of my head, but DC has won more than half of them, I feel like. So I don't expect things to be very different this time around with us. So I'm based off Superman, or whatever Superboy is. But let's go ahead and just hop right into it and have fun with it anyway. My best of luck, Sentry, whatever happens here. Whoa. Okay, that was intense.
Sentry versus Superboy Prime.
These two dark supermen prove that sometimes absolute power corrupts absolutely.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out
So
who
they're both
would
problem
win
childs,
a
you're saying.
death battle.
And I do love a good sprite fight. Sprites are always
One
great.
superhero stands alone at the peak of Marvel Comics. He's a brilliant scientist and friend to all, the Golden Guardian of Good, the Sentry.
Which makes it all the more mysterious when all of humanity forgot about him, as though he never existed in the first place.
What if the reason we forgot Sentry is that he wanted to be forgotten?
To save us from himself.
As the story goes,
Let's see what
Robbie
story does this guy
Reynolds
have.
was just your average, ordinary high school teen.
Once drank a
until
lake
the
filled with
day
LSD.
he accidentally drank this super soldier serum.
At that moment, Robbie was imbued with the power of a million
What sort of story did that come from?
becoming one of the strongest superheroes in existence.
That's gotta be one hell of a bowel movement. And what better way to use his new powers than to become a sentry to all mankind?
In a never-ending crusade against his devious arch-nemesis, the Void.
He's got all your classic, I can't believe he's not Kryptonian superpowers, like super strength, speed, durability, and flight.
He can spot you from miles away, or even hear a butterfly sneeze from across the planet.
You
Butterfly
sneeze?
No!
Well, Sentry's cells absorb and process the sun's
You could
rays.
just hear
and if he
butterflies
wants
flapping
to,
its
he
wings,
can
but no, you went
fire
for
that solar
sneeze.
energy right
For
back
some
at you
reason.
in a powerful laser, or bend light away to turn invisible, or use it to make force fields.
Really, the Sentry can draw power from anywhere and everywhere. When he was forcibly shrunk down to subatomic size, he started pulling energy from the microverse instead. And despite being microscopic, his punches were strong enough to destroy planets, even while
Goodness.
holding back.
Sentry can teleport, communicate telepathically, and even read and mess with minds.
He's
This is
also
gonna be
a
very-
genius
very
with
powerful
a
battle.
super brain comparable to Tony Stark and Reed Richards. He's even built his own watchtower with an advanced AI that is constantly monitoring the
He's
planet
just
for
everything,
threats.
isn't he, huh?
Jesus Christ, he's like the Avengers all in one. Why do there even need to be any other superheroes?
Indeed, the Sentry is more than strong enough to take on Marvel's heaviest hitters, like his famous battle with the Green Scar Hulk, where Black Bolt, Iron Man, and Doctor Strange failed. The Sentry was the
Ooh.
only one who stood against the Hulk's full power.
He's also battled Thor, who collapsed an infinite number of timelines into one by clashing with another Thor.
The
He did
Sentry
what?
is incredibly fast, too. He can bend space and speed blitz Ares, who can move within Planck time, the smallest unit of time possible in our universe.
He's stated to be as fast as the Heralds of Galactus, like the Silver Surfer, who once outraced the multiverse blowing up. The Surfer flew so fast he went back in time, so you'd think Sentry would be able to handle some punk in a trench coat.
But it wasn't so simple. The Void was everywhere that the Sentry wasn't.
If Sentry saved people from a burning building, Void would crash an airplane. If Sentry healed a person's broken back, Void would give someone else cancer. What an
Jeez.
asshole!
For every good act the Sentry performs, the Void commits an evil one. Because the truth was, the Sentry and the Void were one and the same.
Bum bum plot twist. Turns out Sentry's whole origin story was a lie. Robbie Reynolds wasn't a 60s high schooler beating up bullies like some Jack Kirby comic.
In reality, Bob Reynolds was a schizophrenic meth addict who drank the Sentry serum just to get high. And
Yikes.
the Void was, in reality, a malevolent godlike entity bonded to Bob that was the literal angel of death.
Yes,
Okay.
from the Bible, with Moses and the Pharaoh and the dead firstborns.
The Bible.
Him, apparently.
And this being manifests as the dark side of Bob's shattered psyche, a villainous alter ego with all of his power. Too much power for any one man to handle. The only way to destroy the Void was to also destroy the Sentry.
So Bob did something crazy. With help from Reed's tech, he used his own psychic powers to erase himself from everyone's past, present, and future, including his own.
Warping the perception of reality of every single person on the planet. They would
Pretty
no
epic.
longer remember him or even recognize anything remotely related to him. A picture of the Sentry would still technically exist, but in your mind's eye, including Bob's, it isn't there.
Great. Everyone knows repressing your problems always makes them better.
But Bob's memories eventually clawed their way back, in
Uh-oh.
part thanks to Norman Osborn, the Green Goblin, and
Norman
his desire
Osborn.
to somehow control the Void. So Norman had the Thunderbolts murder Bob's wife Lindy in order to release, you know, the Angel of Death.
Jesus,
try
Norman, this
controlling
is
the
a way
kind of
bigger
guy who
than
can
deal than
throw
Spider-Man.
hands with Molecule Man, who somehow is one of the strongest beings in all of Marvel. At his peak, he's got almost complete control over the multiverse. So yeah, good luck with that one, Norm.
Molecule Man was another mentally unstable god whose power fluctuates based on
any
their
god mentally
self-confidence.
stable?
In a way, a sort of kindred spirit to Bob.
It was then that Bob discovered the true source of his own powers, his own control over molecules. Yeah, you can do that too.
The Sentry can create and destroy matter on a whim, able to rip you apart at the molecular level, or conjure an entire new reality from scratch, all with just a wave of his hand, like Dr. Manhattan.
He can also regenerate his body from any kind of damage.
Of course he
like
can
being
regenerate.
burned to a skeleton or getting Dr. Manhattan himself.
As long as one single solitary atom remains, the Sentry is unkillable.
And Void's got all of this and more, except he doesn't hold back. He can shapeshift, create hurricanes, trap you in darkness, possess your body, and devour your soul.
With his
Kinda
infinite
freaky.
tendrils, the Void takes control of a victim's mind and tortures them with the memories of past traumas and nightmares.
He killed Loki. He wrecked Asgard. The Avengers, the Fantastic Four, the Inhumans, and the X-Men teaming up all at once could barely handle him. Void is one of the biggest bads in Marvel. Great fucking job, Norm. I'm something of a moron myself.
The only way forward,
Yeah,
the
don't know what
only
you're
way
thinking-
for
thinking
Bob
there. He
to
just
save
really wanted to get back at
everyone,
Spider-Man, I
including
guess.
himself, was to do something he never imagined. Let the Void in.
By refusing to repress his darker half anymore, Sentry and Void merged and became stronger than the sum of their parts.
One being now free to finally live his life without the crushing weight of self-hatred and fear.
Maybe, but this is the Void we're talking about. What if Bob just has a new puppet master who's only letting him think he's in control?
As long as the Void exists, it's just another revolution in that same endless cycle. It remains to be seen whether even
So
death
scary and
itself
intense with the
can
music.
break that wheel.
He'll be back. Sentry is gone, but not forgotten. He'll never be forgotten again.
So intense with the music.
Do you believe a man can fly?
Yeah, Wiz, within the pages of DC Comics, everyone and their irradiated six-dimensional gorilla mother can do it.
Well, what about in the real world? Not Earth 1 or Earth 2, but our own Earth. Earth Prime.
The Earth of you, me, and Clark Kent. A totally
Really,
normal
huh?
boy from New England who just
It's
happened
prime
to share a name
time?
with
Jesus.
that comic book character.
Mere coincidence. That is,
Sounds like
until
something
the
that
day
one of the
Clark took a
Logan
leap
Paul would
of
say.
faith and believed he could fly.
And he did. Surprise, surprise, Clark was actually from the planet Krypton, which apparently exists in our universe now? Anyway,
Supposedly.
the real Superman,
I mean, it's a
the
big
one
universe
from all
out
those
there.
comics he loved, showed up just in time to give him the skinny on being Superboy. Wait, he could have chosen me! I believe I can fly!
Bugsy, don't jump off the... Oh. Clark had all your classic Kryptonian powers. Flight, heat vision, microscopic and telescopic sight, Arctic breath. It was the dream that every little boy had finally come true.
So how's it all turned wrong?
Just in time for his universe, our universe, to be annihilated literally 1 month later in DC Comics Armageddon. The
Oh.
Crisis on Infinite Earths. Wiz, we're canonically dead since 1986, apparently.
With everyone
Cool.
he knew and loved gone, Clark took shelter in a pocket dimension with other cosmic refugees. Now an anachronism in DC's new, rebooted, post-crisis continuity, Clark was forced to watch as the comics landscape changed before his eyes. As stories became darker and morally complex, as heroes failed to be the paragons of good he saw them as in his childhood.
As someone else got to be Superboy.
Some people can't stand change. Can't stand to see a world
So he just
that
like the
doesn't
golden
look
era
the
where
way
everything
it
was like
did when they
silly
were a
and
child.
happy-go-lucky?
The day needed to be saved by Superboy, the real Superboy, Superboy Prime.
So he did what any Superboy would do. Punch really hard. He punched his way out of the dimension so hard, the shockwaves rippled through the universe and retconned DC Comics. Superboy was back, and he was gonna fix comic books
retcon
forever.
all of DC Comic at
Hell
once?
yeah.
No matter how many fake heroes got in his way.
Oh shit! Super Chud Prime isn't just your ordinary Kryptonian.
He's really upset.
He's pre-crisis.
As in, from before the Crisis on Infinite Earths. A
Ah,
time when
great.
comics were a bit more comical.
When Superman could sneeze solar systems apart or tow a galaxy of planets behind him like it was nothing.
Oh
Or
no.
clash with another Kryptonian so hard, they generated enough power to restore an infinite number of timelines.
Get ready
Uh-oh.
to hear that word a lot. My
Oh,
favorite
boy.
is the time Superman flew so fast he broke the light barrier, the time barrier, and even the bonds of infinity. I wonder if these writers ever imagined this bullshit would feed nerd arguments for the next half century. Not that I'm complaining. That's how I get paid.
Prime would
It
know
is.
he is a self-described power scaler's dream.
Huh. You think he's heard about us?
We can only hope not. As a Kryptonian with an ultra-dense molecular structure, he should also share many of the same resistances, like being transmuted to stone, having his atomic bonds weakened, or getting his energy drained.
about
Kryptonians like
kryp-
Superman can
kryptonite? Does that
withstand
still
more
work?
esoteric attacks too. They can actively resist mental attacks by outthinking them, and their souls can resist being destroyed.
All thanks to Earth's good old yellow sun fueling his cells. And unlike that post-crisis super fraud who gets weaker without sunlight, Prime's got it covered.
With a suit of armor made from the corpse of the Anti-Monitor, which constantly
what?
feeds him solar energy. Literally wearing the pelt of the monster who destroyed his universe.
Oh.
Just to be better and stronger than Superman.
Because that's what he thinks he is. Superman
prime
with
time.
better
I can't
feats
take
and
that- I can't
scaling.
take that seriously.
Superman, but real.
Superman, if he was a fucking idiot. Okay, sure, he has the same hyper-efficient brain that all Kryptonians have, but when it came to being a superhero, he was a violent, immature moron.
Exactly what you'd expect from a kid who never grew up and never learned to hold back.
Just want the
Instead of
dog.
saving Earth's heroes, he started massacring them. And let's be real, there's a part of him that knows that editorial will just bring them all back eventually.
He's battled the Doom Patrol, Justice Society, Teen Titans, and 3 Flashes at once. He effortlessly murdered an alternate universe Justice League, and even killed his rival, Connor Kent, the new Superboy. Even as other Kryptonians grew in power to become comparable to their pre-crisis iterations, Prime still held an advantage because he never held back.
Like the time he tore apart the Monarch's armor, accidentally unleashing the Big Bang in his face, destroying the universe, and he was fine.
Or the time a Guardian of the Universe blew
So
himself
yeah,
up in an
is-
attempt to
I think
stop
Sentry is
Prime,
more than
blasting him into
guaranteed
the
dead.
multiverse atom by atom, and that only made Prime stronger.
Or the time he fought a potential future version of himself who became a god of time. And instead of teaming up, Prime stupidly attacked him and accidentally retconned themselves both out of existence.
Which sent him home, back to his original universe, our universe. Except now everyone he knew, his parents, his girlfriend Lori, had been reading his comics. They knew what he had become, and they were terrified.
Once
Whoopsie.
again, forced to watch as his heroes progressed without him, he pored over comic after comic, learning everything about DC,
And a little bit of Marvel.
only to
This is
discover
meta.
his worst possible
Wait, he
nightmare.
knows Marvel? Oh,
Not
shit.
only would he never get to be Superman, he wasn't even a super villain that people liked. Turns out, power levels aren't everything.
So, naturally, he flew to DC headquarters and attacked the people writing his own comic.
Like some infinitely
Oh,
recursive
boy.
meta hell.
Prime had become a whiny,
He's a-
petulant, reactionary fanboy.
Oh, no.
He's the guy posting on our Reddit.
And at the peak of his violent temper tantrum, he murdered the Golden Age Superman. The
Oh.
original Superman. Action Comics #1. The first superhero.
Instead of restoring DC's glorious past, Prime beat it to death. He needed to change.
Jeez.
And that opportunity came when this alternate universe Jokerized Batman who laughs threatened to destroy all of reality.
Prime was drafted to help save the day, and it turned out he was the only Superboy who could.
Remember that time Prime punched reality so hard he retconned DC Comics? Turns out that was no coincidence. Due to his repeated excursions across the multiverse, Prime became a space-time anomaly, and he slowly learned how to manipulate reality itself with his fists.
I guess
Oh,
you could call
boy.
it his retcon punch!
At first, its effects were random, like bringing Jason Todd back to life or restoring Beast Boy's memories. But he started to use it to rewrite continuity to fix the evil universes of the Batman Who
Here we
Laughs.
go, here we go, the rewriting reality and all
characters
this
inside of 'em
classic
happy
DC
ending.
stuff.
In a weird way, that's what Superman has always done, right? Punch the bad guys so hard he saves the day.
Prime can punch hard enough to enter the time stream, seemingly exit the comic medium entirely, and even defeat the nigh-omnipotent Darkest Knight.
Who was powerful enough to beat Perpetua, the goddess who created all of DC Comics, the whole shebang. And Prime hit the Darkest Knight so hard, he erased his entire evil multiverse.
A feat that no one actually saw happen. Prime's first true act of heroism was one that he did selflessly, and it was the first step toward becoming a true hero.
The kind of
Did
hero
he,
that
though?
Superman always secretly knew he could be. A hero who could someday get his own issue #1. A hero like, well, Superman.
Maybe one day Prime will truly believe in himself, just like he once believed he could fly.
Well, I guess it wrapped up happily enough, but God, Sentry's
All right, the
so
battle's
fucked.
about to begin, but first, Hitch calls are back. Hey, I'm Ben, the voice
Oh,
of
that
Wiz.
time again?
And I'm Chad, the voice of Boomstick.
And we're reopening matchup pitches on the Death Battle store.
This is a way to meet with Chad and I,
Hey,
the
sell up
creators
quickly,
of Death
best
Battle,
hurry.
and pitch your favorite matchup to us via video call.
Yeah, a lot of episodes that are being made right now are because they were pitched. But to give each pitch the time it needs, there's a limited number available. So go pick them up right now before they're gone on deathbattle.gg.
That's our website. It's kind of like our own private Patreon with a bunch of extra stuff in every episode of Death Battle ever made.
Sentry's
And if you're a website
so
member, you get
fucked.
first dibs. It'll first be available to Chronicler tier, then Archivist, and so on.
Every purchase directly supports the show. Oh, and members also get a big store discount.
All right, let's get to this battle. But don't forget to grab your pitch
Time
on
for
deathbattle.gg.
Sentry's execution.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle! Oh, this is gonna be horrible. For Sentry.
This city won't last much longer. Quit while you're behind, kid.
Mess up a superhero crossover? No way, dork.
If he has knowledge of Marvel, then he probably knows Sentry 2 is not gonna be right.
You're dealing with someone who has the power
Well, you're saying?
of a million exploding suns!
Big mistake, dipwad.
Oh,
It's prime time.
It's what?
such a dumb line. Uh-oh.
Are you kidding me? Another dark Superman fraud? Boring! It's cool when I do it.
It's always nice to have a good classic superhero fight like this.
Please, stop hitting me.
He'll kill you. I'll kill you. To death.
Ew. Uh-oh. Holy shit!
Hi, Bob. It's time to play God.
What the fuck was that? Okay, that escalates so quickly. Oh my god.
Okay, you weren't joking. Definitely a crisis level threat. Luckily, so am I.
Run all you want!
Oh god.
Bob couldn't escape me.
What hope do you have, boy? Afraid of the Dark Clark? What kind of a hero are you? Remind me again, whatever happened to Lori?
Holy shit, this is so crazy.
It's over, Clark. There is no happy ending. Not for you. Not for me. Not for anyone else. In the void.
Haven't you ever read a comic book, you big freaking nerd? There's always a happy ending.
Well, that's kind of nice. Oh. Oh, the flickering. Holy.
Bob? You kept talking about the Sentry. Bad dream?
No idea, Lindy. Best sleep I've had in years.
Damn.
Crisis averted.
Well, that was awesome. That one got so much more intense than I thought it would.
Someone beaten to death so wholesomely before.
Let's break this down into 3 chapters. Their strength, intelligence, and powers.
As with any flying brick fight, the first question you gotta answer is, who's stronger?
Prime and Sentry are naturally 2 of the heaviest hitters in DC and Marvel, more than capable of
most
matching
certainly,
and
gonna
surpassing
be Superboy.
Herald-level opponents like Superman and Thor.
Who are both
Does Sentry
strong
have
enough
any-
to create and destroy
and does Sentry have any notches over Superboy?
Just absolute wacky bullshit like that.
So in order to pick a winner, we have to take a close look at the strongest beings they've fought. Molecule Man and the Darkest Night.
Sentry beat the crap out of Molecule Man, but remember, Eminem's power can fluctuate a lot, and when he fought Sentry, he wasn't at his full power. So we can
there
only
it is.
scale this so far.
But Prime overpowered the Darkest Night after the Mad Bat had absorbed the powers of both Perpetua and, what do you know, Dr. Manhattan. Both of which alone could threaten all of DC Comics.
And unlike with Molecule Man, there's nothing to suggest the Darkest Night was holding back. In a straight brawl, Prime takes the edge in strength. But muscles aren't everything. Maybe Sentry could
God, the
figure
effects
out a
they had
way
during
around
that was so
Prime's
cool
brawn
during those
with
so many
his
snapped
intelligence.
While
screenshotable
Prime
moments.
does possess a super advanced Kryptonian brain, he clearly does not use it to its full extent.
It's less that he's dumb and more that he's a teenager and has a habit of crashing out.
The Sentry, on the other hand, has been compared to Tony Stark and Reed Richards, some of the most intelligent people in all of Marvel Comics.
Sure, he mentally
gets
struggles
1 point.
with the whole void thing, which sucks for him, but losing control to the void only makes him more dangerous.
And as the Merge Sentry, he's operating at his peak, fully in control of his powers. In a test of wits and wills, the Sentry was the more intelligent.
But the main question in this matchup had to do with their batshit insane powers.
With
Yeah.
the Sentry's ability to
How
reshape
do you
molecular
scale
matter
that?
and warp perception of reality to such an incredible degree, his powers seem
only
much
warp
more
perception
versatile than
of reality, not the
Prime's.
reality
Prime
itself.
may be stronger, but heat vision, frost breath, and Kryptonian punches aren't going to do much in the long run against someone who can regenerate from a single atom.
But pre-crisis Kryptonians have actually resisted having their molecules torn apart before, and Prime should be no different. So it's not like Sentry was ever going to just Doc Manhattan him away.
Prime could still be worn down. Kryptonians have incredible stamina, but we know that sustained damage will eventually knock them out or kill them.
Unless Prime could find a way around Sentry's insane regeneration, he was toast.
Luckily for Prime, his ability to retcon away your history and mess with your whole timeline was
Yeah, just a
actually
big
something Sentry had
get a
no
jail free
specific
card, that is,
resistance to.
basically.
Not only that, it was something he's been affected by in the past.
Like the time the Scarlet Witch rewrote all of reality during House of M. Bob's continuity was rewritten like everyone else's.
Or the time Absorbing Man had the powers of a cosmic cube and warped Sentry's personal reality. Shit, Moonstone literally describes it as a reality punch.
Now, the Sentry's psionic power could theoretically retcon himself from Prime's perception of reality. However, this feat
How do you
required
retcon a
assistance
retcon?
from Reed Richards, and it's unlikely he could pull it off mid-fight.
Pre-crisis Kryptonians also resist a lot of mind manipulation anyway, so good luck trying.
Now, Prime hasn't always had the most perfect control over his retcon punch, so he might need more than one blow to finish the job.
But Prime was more than capable of powering through Void's scariest abilities.
Like
Yeah,
having
it's
his soul
ended how I thought
eaten
it would.
or being cut off from sunlight. I guess that Edgelord solar armor came in handy after all.
In short, Prime could resist everything Sentry could throw at him, but Sentry couldn't do the same. Prime takes the final edge in powers.
With no way to
9 out of
easily
10
put him
times, it's
down,
always gonna be a
Prime would
DC win
eventually
over
muscle his way
Marvel.
through and retcon
Still
the
awesome
Void
fight,
away
though.
for good.
Sorry, Bob. Defeat was unavoidable.
The winner is Superboy Pro.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, hey, my pizza's here.
The winner is Superboy Prime.
Ill.
What ordered the editors? Oh yeah, I win. That's
Oh,
right.
Jesus.
You hack frauds really tried to lowball me, but I checked the clock,
Oh,
and
no.
it's prime time, baby. Now, personally, that intelligence section was such
Oh
a
my
gimme.
god, he's impersonating
I
all the
don't
people who
crash
debunked
out.
this
I'm a
this show.
tragic hero grappling with real, intense emotion. I can be smart anytime I want. But anyway, don't subscribe, don't join as a member, don't watch Death Battle, read my comics. Prime out.
No thanks.
Next time on Death Battle.
Oh, Avatar. What? Huh? No way! Are you serious? Oh! No freaking way! Oh, that's so awesome! We're getting a freaking Genshin battle and Death Battle. That's so awesome! Oh my god, that's so. Oh, I'm so excited now. Oh, but that's also gonna have a bit of problems too, because the child doesn't have full control of all elements yet. It's not perfect yet. Oh, but Aang's story is finished. But oh, that gets me so excited. That gets me literally so excited. Oh, no freaking way! We're getting a Genshin battle with the Traveler. Oh my goodness, that's so cool. Oh my goodness, my god. That's gonna be awesome. Oh, and we're just getting shy of Shaznia. We're almost there. We could have just got that a little bit later in the future. We could have gotten like Cryo Powers Traveler 2, but that's I'm not gonna be able to have that now. Oh, that's so freaking cool. We're getting a Traveler fight. That's so awesome. Oh, okay. What an unexpected matchup that was. But as for this fight itself, that was definitely a very cool fight. It got a lot more intense than I thought it would. Like this whole moment here, just ripping him in half. Just good God, that was so. I was not expecting that at all. And then just all this void stuff too was super freaking awesome. And hey, he might be a cringe fanboy, but I guess he had a good one-liner at the end. Always going for a happy ending. It's not so bad in that sense. But man, now I'm really excited for the next fight. But this fight was pretty fun too, very fun. I remember I used to be salty whenever Marvel lost against DC because I like Marvel more, but I've definitely mellowed out about that now. I don't get as upset anymore. This was just a fun fight. Just good old classic superhero bash. And for this next freaking fight, we're getting freaking Traveler. That's so. Oh my goodness, that's gonna be so freaking cool. Oh, I'm so excited for that. Oh, but yes, that'll do it for this time around. I greatly anticipate this next battle and what it's gonna be. To finally have like the Traveler's feats all sort of measured out and fully explained, it's gonna be so awesome to listen to. Oh, I'm so excited for that now. But I will see you all then for the next battle. I'm so excited. Oh.